Thank you very, very much, Lawrence. And again, welcome everybody to the first EEI International Utility Executive Summit. I think we have a terrific program ahead, and we're very, very proud of the great attendance that we have here. Thank you all for coming and joining us, and I think you'll find the panels very, very interesting and worthwhile. More than 2 decades ago, we started EEI's international program, and that has facilitated a great deal of dialogue between companies around the world. And as we see many situations where what happens in China happens in the United States and happens in Japan and happens in Australia and elsewhere. So we have much to share, and we've had a great partnership in dealing with these major issues that our industry faces. EEI now has more than 60 international members, and it's very, very helpful, hopefully, to us and to you. As we've had those dialogues, we have had the great pleasure of having Dr. Lawrence Jones, join us in the last year, and he has really brought some great new energy to the international programs, and where we have spent a lot of time providing information to our international members. We're spending even more time in summits and conferences and things of this nature, sharing information with each other. And I think that's really what's absolutely positively necessary as we face the challenges of the world, because that two-way exchange of information is really what provides productive dialogue. So there's a few people I want to introduce, just to recognize, not introduce. We're going to have some introductions as we get into the program. But we have CEOs and senior executives from Hydro-Quebec, ATCO, TransAlta, Amura, Enersource, EDF, Iberdrola, State Grid of China, TEPCO, and Chubu of Japan, Israel Electric Corporation, Friends of the Supergrid in Belgium, and again from Lantau in Hong Kong, who deserves credit for coming the furthest for this meeting. So we appreciate that particularly. We have Ambassador Rojas from Paraguay here, and Ambassador, please, I want to give him a round of applause if I could. And representatives from the embassies of Canada, France, Great Britain, Japan, Jamaica, Netherlands, Paraguay, Singapore, and Sweden, as well as staff from the U.S. Department of Energy, Department of State, Department of Homeland Security, and various other international agencies and NGOs. So we have a very, very wide spectrum of organizations and international organizations here. As you know today, the world's electricity markets are radically different from the ones that existed just 10 years or so ago. We are undergoing a profound transformation in this industry, in the electric industry, and it's happening as a result of major shifts in technology, public policy, and changing customers and market expectations. So I think it's probably one of the most challenging times in our business since Thomas Edison founded it more than 100 years ago. Again, all the companies and organizations in this room are seeing that profound transformation that's underway. So it's even more important that we work together to find ways to accomplish the goals that I know utilities around the world have, which is to become cleaner, to reduce carbon emissions and other emissions, to modernize the grid and put new technologies on the grids, and to meet those individual customer expectations that are now evolving. So it's a very, very exciting time to be in this industry. We also have the major challenge of bringing electricity to the 1.2 billion people and 1.2 billion people in the world that don't have it. And we had a big discussion of that last night about how important that is, as well as meeting our environmental goals. So again, I think that you're going to find the panels extremely interesting and exciting. We would like throughout the day, throughout the morning here, to have your participation and support. We want this to be a very, very interactive thing, and I'm sure the people that are going to be on the panels would like that to happen. So thank you for joining us today again, and we look forward to a very, very great program. So with that, I am also going to introduce our first panel. First, I would like to introduce the Michael Yakira, a great friend of mine, who was CEO of NV Energy and for more than a decade. In that period of time, he totally turned the company around, more than doubled its revenues, increased its assets to over $12 billion, and was just one of the real leaders of our business. And as a recognition of that, his colleagues chose him to be chairman of EEI, which is a great tribute when your peers elect you to that prestigious position. And Michael did a fantastic job leading the industry while he was in the leadership, and particularly while he was chair. We had many, many challenging issues to deal with, and so we're very, very excited to have Michael back with us. He is was not only in the industry for more than a quarter of a century, but he was also spent some time in the telecommunications industry, as well as the mining and minerals industry, and was with Arthur Andersen for a while as well. Also, we have Eric Martel, who is President and Chief Executive Officer of Hydro-Quebec, and it's great to have Eric with us. He got a chance to, he had a great welcome in this town. He came down to visit us a few weeks ago, and he is really off and running as the CEO of one of the world's largest utilities, and with major objectives and major ambitions to more than double the size of Hydro-Quebec. Prior to coming to the Hydro-Quebec, he was in the aerospace industry for a number of years, and also was in the food business with major titles in each one, every one of those. And we also have on the panel Peter Gregg, President and Chief Executive Officer of EnerSource, which is a major utility in Ontario. And Peter is undertaking one of the biggest challenges I think anyone can imagine, which is to merge 3 utilities together, as well as acquiring another one at the exact same time. So, that is a huge challenge, but he is pulling it off wonderfully. And so I think we're starting off with a dynamite panel here, and if I can ask them to come forward here, and we'll get things started. And Michael, why don't you take the lead?